What's good, people? It's Akshay here from Punjab 2000, and it's been a long time. I've been out of the scene for a bit, but I'm back here with an exclusive interview with a man who goes by the name of Harj Nagra. Kidda bhai?
Good. So,
all right, man. Yeah, not bad, thank you, not bad. So tell me a bit about you here in Leicester right now, my hometown. Welcome, and you've come from Coventry, yeah?
yeah, we were just in Coventry in the studio.
And tell me a bit about what you've been doing up in Coventry, like what's been happening there.
We were just in the studio, just recording, actually finishing a new song that I had done. We've been working on it the last few months, so just finishing that one up.
Akshay, and is there any collaborations on that one, or is that exclusive?
Yeah, that one is, there's a collaboration on that one.
Yeah, is that all we get?
That's all you get.
All right, exclusive there. We'll find out a little bit about that, and when is that going to be released, whatever track it is?
Probably in the next few months.
Right, so we'll watch the space for that. Now let's get to the subject, which is your newest single, All Night. Yeah. When did it release?
That one just released a few days ago, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And response-wise, has it kicked off yet?
It's doing good. It's more than I expected, so it's a good response. Getting calls, messages, playing on radios. Right, that's all you need.
That's it, man. So I heard it on the bus, actually.
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard it. Had my headphones plugged in and I watched the video, everything. And yeah, man, it's an awesome concept. You've got a lot going on and you've got your kind of renowned urban, bass-heavy style on it, yeah?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the concept and where it came from and how it kind of built up. You said you were sitting on it, weren't you? An old track.
I made that song like 2 years ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So why 2 years ago and why wasn't it released earlier? What was the reason?
I was just in the studio making beats, so that was one of the beats I make. And then after when we record something, or I listen to the mix, so after I made that beat, I was just driving in the car. It was nighttime, and then just the lyrics came in my head. There you go, all night, right there, right? So then that's it. I went back into the studio. Within an hour, all the lyrics were written. I'm not saying I'm a singer, but I was playing around with the song, and then I recorded it. It came out the way it is now.
Okay, so like you just said, it's quite a new thing for you. Well, is your debut? Were you debuting singing on it or like rapping on it?
I have released a lot of other songs that I produced. This was the first one singing.
Yeah. How was that? Out of your comfort zone, or were you comfortable? Did you kind of have lessons on it with ustads and were people teaching you, or how did that go?
Coming into music, I always wanted to be a singer. Then I went the other path, producing, because it was easier. So that's what happened.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about the roots of producing for you now that you've mentioned it. So, kind of growing up, you always wanted to be a singer, you say, but you went into producing. So, and how did that go about? How did that unfold for you as a younger person?
Just growing up, I was always into music, so I'm always been surrounded by, like, let's say artists like SUKH, Jazzy B. So I was growing up around these guys. I would come to England, I would stay with them. So I watched them go to shows in the studio. So even Minnu vi shauk si, music kuch karnu. So then I went back home when I was 16, and I just started producing music ever since then.
Wicked. And you said like your inspirations were people like Shindaji, Jazzy. So and you've obviously collaborated with one of those people already. Yeah. So Shindaji, like how was that working with him in the studio? What you did the video together, which was amazing. So tell me a little bit about that experience. Obviously you looked up to him, and then you were collaborating with him.
Yeah. So that was basically my first song that I actually officially released. But before that, I was producing for years. I didn't want to release something till it was ready. And with Shindaji, it was just right because I used to watch him growing up in the studio working. So this was like ideal for me to work with him then as my first song. Yeah. So I know we were on like a brothership kind of level, and also he's like an older bro to me. And also we just have a laugh and stuff. So even the video, it was all a laugh. People think, oh, I called him, or like I'm like, hey, I want to do a song with you. It wasn't even like that.
How was it?
The song, it was just, buddy, let's do a track together. Well, actually, that song was already done too before.
So it was like a little jam session, like let's just do it, let's just have it. Yeah. And so obviously the video, and like I said, this video that I've just seen for All Night, both of the videos that I've seen with Shindaji as well, amazing, man. Like it's go hard or go home, like I've heard you say before. So how important is your video, kind of the footage that you take and your directing in terms of visuals?
Yeah, basically it's all teamwork, how I see it. It's not one person. So like the SANGHERA, he's a video director, amazing director. He always has a vision. So every time I want to make a video too, I have my own vision too. So it's great to collaborate with the video directors and just come together with something amazing.
So it's definitely a team effort, yeah?
Yeah.
And with All Night, your latest single, you've got, the concept is you in a bar, having some glacier, just chilling.
No, I threw
and
the
then-
glassy away. I don't drink.
That's right. Actually, yeah, because you push it aside, don't you? And you say, and then you just go, you go into it, and you listen to your beats. You've got beats on?
Yeah, it was beats. It was beats.
We got beats. And yeah, so you're listening to it, and something's happening in your head. You're imagining something, aren't you? And then obviously there's loads of crazy things that happen with hydraulics in cars and stuff. And then yeah, the next step is that you take your headphones off and you've got an idea. You're inspired by something that you thought of, and you go studio, right? So tell me about that process. Is that a process that happens in everyday life for you?
Yeah, I think as a producer, music is on my mind 24/7. So I could be driving the car, think of things in my head. Even sometimes when I'm sleeping, it's just the same thing. It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
So like that's how we portrayed in the video too. That was SUKH's idea as well, so it came along good.
Yeah. So you have a sufne about music. You open to wake up to music. Yeah. I mean that's good. That's a really rich thing to have in your life, because obviously if you're going to pursue something, you need to make sure that it's what you want to do and what you live and breathe. Yeah.
You gotta be dedicated.
Yeah. So as a young, obviously you started off as a young producer to get involved in producing your own music. Now, what do you use to produce? Here you go. There's a question for like the tech heads out there who produce themselves. What programs are you using?
I have a Mac, so I use Logic Pro X. And then through Logic Pro X, there's different plugins. There's called VSTs. So I use lots of different VSTs, Contact, Silent. There's quite a lot. And then also I do my own mixing as well. So I have different mixing plugins as well.
Nice. So you don't have to mess about with sending it over to the engineer. You can just do it all in-house.
Sometimes if I'm working with another artist, they want their sound to sound something. So I got to collaborate with other engineers and work something together.
Awesome. So that's can be quite complicated for for young producers that are starting up, and if they're trying to get into something like this, it could be a bit of a fuzzy ground. But what advice do you have? Because I know you went out there and you followed your dream, and you've become what you are now, a renowned producer in the Bhangra industry. So do you have advice for any young people out there?
Yeah, just don't let anyone tell you no. Like even when I released my first track, everyone's like, he's not a producer. Who is this guy? Right? But it wasn't like that. So I just kept my head down, keep working hard.
Amazing, yeah. So self-belief, a lot of that.
Yeah.
And in terms of your style now, your flavor, like I said, that bass heavy. You've got like kind of synths and like nice sounds happening, and they call it kind of urban Bhangra fusion. Yeah, that's the kind of style there. Now, another person on the map who goes by the name of Imran Khan, is quite famous for that similar type of music. Yeah. He's got to be asked. And there's also Yo-Yo Honey Singh in India doing his thing with his urban rapping. And there's a whole thing about Punjabi English remixing, yeah? So do they have any influence on you, or is it right that people say, are you in the same category, or how do you feel about that?
See, I'm always prepared for that question when the song was going to come out, because you can't really put me in that category with no one, because listen to Dil Varda, then listen to Range Rover, now listen to my song. So what category I'm in? No, I'm trying to show my versatility through music.
Beautiful. So is it, are you the kind of person that says you don't have a box at the moment, you're just trying things out?
I just want to show that I'm a versatile producer. You throw something at me, I'll throw something back at you, right?
Amazing. So the next question is about style as well, and we're talking about that kind of urban style and things. Now, a lot of the producers in the Bhangra industry, maybe the UK or the Canada, Americans, they switch into Bollywood a lot of the time. Producing for Bollywood songs, movies, and we've seen it a lot in loads of artists doing it. Is that an avenue that you might want to go down?
It's not something I'm looking at now, but if the opportunity comes to me, sure, why not? Yeah.
And are you into the Bollywood movies?
Yeah, I watch them. I'm also into the Punjabi cinema as well.
Yes. Nice.
I do acting myself as well.
Acting. Yeah. Right, so we've got an actor, producer, rapper in our presence right now. So what kind of opportunities do you think that you'll have in the other avenues in terms of like acting or anything? Do you want to go down that anytime soon?
So if you watch a few videos, featured in a few videos as acting role. There was one new artist, Aman Yar, Soni Naddi, ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਮੇਰਾ acting role ਸੀ ਤੇ ਨਾਲੇ Jazzy B, Sukshinder Shinda, ਨੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੋਲਦਾ, that video. And then I just come back from Canada. I was shooting a movie with Amrinder Gill. So that one's going to come out end of March, I think.
Amazing. I did not know that.
Busy.
Of course, man, of course. So I think it looks like you're quite the opportunist. Yeah. If the opportunity comes, you'll grab it. Yeah?
For sure.
Nice one. And how old are you?
I'm 25.
25, and you've got all of this, you know, under your belt.
Yeah.
Like, how does it feel to be so young and like achieving so much?
It's good, but also it puts more pressure on me from other artists, say older people. They don't take you serious, so that's been always something I've been overcoming throughout this music career.
And how do you find that then? How are you overcoming it? If somebody says kind of like almost, it could be patronizing at times, that, oh, you're young and you're producing, you got a lot to learn. Like, how do you overcome that?
I just let my music speak for itself, you know. Whether
Simple.
you like it or don't, but I just let the music do the talking.
Awesome, simple, man. I like that. And let's just quickly talk about future collaborations, man. So you're here in the UK. Are you collaborating with any UK artists?
Yeah, I have a few UK artists I'm working with currently right now.
Can we name them?
There's one everyone probably already knows, Benny Taliwal. So obviously Sukhsinder Shinda, he's a UK artist, but he's also India as well. And then there's a few in the works right now.
So a little bit more about the video for your newest single, All Night. How was it filming? Because it looks like it was quite the production in terms of your cars, the bar scenes, the people in the back. You know, what was it like, and how many days did it take to film?
It took us 3 days to shoot that. I mean, it was pretty hectic because that was the time I released Range Rover. So on the same time, people are calling me to interviews on the phone and stuff. So in between shots, I'll be like, hold on, I gotta take an interview.
Okay, busy schedule.
Yeah, it was a busy schedule, but I mean, it came out pretty good. Nice. Yeah, everyone worked hard on that. SUKH, his whole team, 10+1 Creations. So everyone just did a good job.
Yeah, it certainly looks like such a crisp video, and the finish is very clean as well, isn't it? And you know, when it comes to your videos, do you, as you said already, that you kind of collaborate with the director, and you make sure that you have a say in it, and everyone else has a say in it. What do you have a vision beforehand, and you speak to the director about it, or is it kind of you make it on the spot?
We probably talked for a month before planning the video, and then after the video, it took quite a few months even editing it. The reason I can't work with engineers because they get sick of me. I'm too picky, right? So that's why I always try to do everything for myself. So even with Suk, we had our moments where I'm sure he's sick of me by now, but I'd always be like, buddy, this is not good. Can we change this? Can we change that? So that's why it took quite a long time to release.
So being a perfectionist has its advantages, and obviously it can be a bit long sometimes, but it's good that you have your heart set on it. And is that something like you do in even in your music and everyday life as well?
Yeah. So like even the songs, I like to take my time on them and release them.
Great. And now in terms of All Night, what was the feedback like with the video? Because obviously it's been released, was it about a week ago? So what's been the response in terms of your visuals? Yeah,
I think everyone likes it. It's something, because I'm from Canada originally. That's where I live, Vancouver. So there, I'm from the West Coast. So when you think of West Coast, you think these lowriders, you know, stuff like that, right?
And there are lowriders in the video, right?
So that's why we try to put that in the video. And that's what happened. So I think even in the UK, why people like it, or India, because they've never seen cars like that here. So they're like, oh, Aki, yeah, you know, that's good.
Have you been in the car when it's been bouncing?
Yeah, there was a scene, but I don't think it made it to the video.
I know there's one of you pointing at it while it's bouncing in the background.
Yeah, so I was like on the ground, it's like bouncing right next to you. It's like,
I'd be a bit scared if it was next to me bouncing up and down. But what about, talk to me about Jimmy G, is it? The collaboration, yeah? For sure. So who's Jimmy G and what's his background?
Okay, Jimmy G is a good friend of mine that he's also a good rapper that I'm introducing into the Bhangra industry. So he's featured on a few tracks on my album as well. One will be coming this year, I think, with Surinder Shinda. Okay. So that's a big track as well. And
what about the production of All Night in terms of your productions, in terms of music? Where was you said you did it about 2 years ago, and where was your headspace at that time? Kind of what influenced your sounds and the feel of the whole song?
Yeah, so that one actually, I was at my friend's place, and then we use his studio, he uses my studio here and there, right? So we did that one, he laid the drums on that one, and then I did the rest, we did the music, and then I just drove home, and then that's it, everything came to me then.
So you literally wrote the lyrics in the car?
Yeah, it took about an hour to make the beat, and an hour to write the lyrics, and then another probably half hour to put it together.
And where did that concept come from in terms of your lyric writing?
It was just literally the drive home.
What? So did you come up with the title after the song, All Night, because it took you all night to write it, or was the All Night always the concept?
It was just like, Sari Raat mein gaddi chalama, and then that was it.
Nice one. What time was that? Early hours of the morning?
That was at night. I was driving the car. That's it.
Do you work a lot in the morning then, like in early hours of the night? Is that how it normally goes? Do you have late sessions in the studios?
When I first started, I'd come home from school every day, That's it. Lock myself in the studio, not even eat, sleep, or nothing. And it'd be like 5, 6 in the morning sometimes, and I have to go back to school. So now it's just the same. I still lock myself in. But now, you know, we've grown up, got work to do, this and right.
That's it, man.
Not much time anymore.
Exactly. They say musicians are the worst for waking up early anyway, because they're gigging at night.
My friends know me. They don't even bother calling me or nothing. They know I'll be in the studio. That's it. Day and night.
Exactly, man. But it's passion that drives it at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
And conversation is that you're going to India straight after the UK. Is this correct?
Do a promo there on TV, radio as well. Just for like 7 days, and then back to Canada.
So we're going Canada, UK, India, India, Canada. I like that. So have we got any collaborations in India, or is it just you going for
I
promotion?
do talk to a lot of Punjab artists. We're back and forth. I have worked on some. I got a lot of unreleased material, so hopefully it comes out in the year or two.
This is a thing that's common in with producers. They sit on a lot of beats.
Oh yeah, I got a lot.
Because it's kind of like you just probably make music whenever you can in your spare time, and then you're probably sitting on how many tracks?
If I told you, no one would believe me, but I got probably like 50 tracks.
Okay. So are you planning on releasing them all, or is it kind of...
This year I want to hopefully release more as I usually do. Like Dilwada, after that, it was like maybe a 2-year break. Then last year I was just working on my music. So this year it's all about trying to release them.
They say, like, if you're sitting on a track, you might be sitting on gold sometimes. So it's always good just to release it, because you never know what the response is going to be like. So you never know, you might have another hundreds of bangers ready, you know, hiding. So in terms of the guys out there, how can they follow you, and what's going on? How can we keep in touch?
You can all follow me at, all my tags are at Harj Nagra. So Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything Harj Nagra. Yeah.
And your future plans are?
Future plans, continue making the music. Hopefully everyone still likes it. And then that's it. And hopefully get into the acting scene too more.
Amazing. So we'll be seeing a lot more of Harj Nagra. Thank you so much for taking the time out, for talking to us. And you're always welcome in the Punjab 2000 crew. So thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Wicked.